To Edu-ca-te. Today we're going to be talking about the arithmetic sequence. This is grade 12 work, so that's what you start with in sequences and series. So this is called an arithmetic sequence. How do we see that this one is an arithmetic sequence? We see that the difference between two consecutive terms, it is the same. So it means that if I were to say that the difference between 1 and 3, which is 2, is the same as the difference between 3 and 5, 2 as well as 5 and 7. So this is called an arithmetic sequence. It is because that it has got a constant difference, or the difference between two terms that follow each other, like 1 and 3. Therefore their difference is going to be the same all over the pattern. So here you can see that this is your first term, this is your second term, this is your third term, and then this is your fourth term. So these dots just tells you that the pattern continues. So how would you find term number 100? Are you going to keep on adding 2 to get to the next term until you get to term 100? No, you don't have to do that. We have got a general formula for an arithmetic sequence that states that Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So this is the general formula of finding an arithmetic sequence. So Tn tells you about the position of the term. By the position of the term, it just tells you what number is a term holding. For example, term 2 is having number 3. So 3 is T2. So here A represents the first term of the sequence. The first term is the term that appears first on this arithmetic sequence, and then n represents the number of terms. We are talking about the number up here, that this is term 1, term 2, term 3, and term 4. Please do not confuse Tn and n. Those two are different because Tn tells you the position, or actually tells you what a term holds. Like term 1 has got number 1, like term 2 has got number 3, and so forth. So here n tells you the number of terms, meaning that you are at term number 2, you are at term number 3, term number 4, and so on. So this d is telling you about the constant difference, which is the difference between two consecutive terms. So if we were to write out the general formula for this arithmetic sequence, we're going to say that Tn is equals to A is representing your first term, which is 1, and then n is actually telling you the term position. Where do we find term 1? Where do we find 1? I mean, we will find 1 at term 1. So we're just going to say 1 minus 1 multiplied by d. So to write our Tn here, we're going to substitute A. A tells you about the first term. Which is your first term in the sequence? It is 1. And then on n, you do not write anything because n will always represent different types of terms. You can put n, you can put 2 at n, you can put 3, you can put 7, you can put anything on n. That's why you do not have to write the value of n to be specific. So this n actually corresponds with this n. And then you go minus 1 multiplied by your difference, which is 2, and then you multiply with 2 here. And then you go Tn is equals to 1 plus, you follow the BODMAS rule by multiplying 2 inside the bracket. By that you are going to get the following values: 1 plus 2n minus 2. Here you can clearly see that you have got what? You have got like terms. 1 and negative 2 are like terms, so you can therefore conclude that your term number is equals to 2n, and you say 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. So it means that this is a general term to be able to find many different terms in this arithmetic sequence. So what are you going to do with this? Let's test out if this is true. Let's say we're looking for term 1. We want to see exactly what does term 1 hold. We're going to multiply 2 with 1. 1 is always the term number. Whenever they ask you of the term number, think of n. That's why we did not write anything on n, because we can substitute many values depending on what term we are asked. So here we can proceed and see that 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. So meaning that the first term is equals to 1. So you can clearly see that from the table here that the first term is equals to 1. So stay tuned, because we are going to delve more into the arithmetic sequence. Thank you for watching.